So here we are, day 3. So we got 5 days left. You can tell I'm excited to be here. I originally thought this was going to be an 8-day total trip, including driving. Because when we get back to Colorado, basically, I'll be turning around and getting back on the road and heading to Iowa at this point. So it's not like I'm going to hang out and visit my brother or anything like that. It's shot. So that's the part that's just, and also that literally, as soon as we get back, I'll need to winterize this camper and then head out the next morning. So that, I will readily admit, is a bit frustrating for me. It's not like we can do a whole lot because we don't have another vehicle. We have this camper. And so the generator does work. However, it did fail yesterday when we were at the restaurant, and I was coming out every 10 minutes to check just to make sure. It wasn't overly hot, but it still, we had to rush our meal because I couldn't get the generator to start back up, and we have dogs, so we can't leave the dogs in here without the air conditioning running. That's just not an option. So yesterday's meal at the Adobe Deli was rushed a bit because of that. Also, the generator in this thing is not necessarily quiet, so it's not like you can just run it most places, right? People will be really annoyed with you if you've got this loud generator running. So we're gonna try to do some stuff in the evening when it's cool, but the rest of this week it's up into the 90s. So there is no more cool. There's no cool unless you're doing it in the evenings. So we're kind of stuck. So we are going to probably go hike around the mountain, which of course we can take the dogs out with us. We probably won't walk very long because it's in the 90s. Anyway, we are going to head out. I'm going to disconnect the power now, and we're going to go ahead and head out and get some stuff done. So here we are at the Rockhound State Park. Oh, 1 to 2. What is, I don't even know what time it is. I think it's closed. So 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then 1 to 2. So it's like, not even sure why they bother for 1 hour. So if you're coming here, if you need assistance, the park staff's available from 7 to 4, but the visitor center, you might as well just come in the morning or not. So there you go. Visitor center's closed. So this generator is pooping out again. Took it all apart, did some research online. So this was open. So this is supposed to be open in the summer, and then I fiddled with it to try to figure out if I even had the right thing, and now I got it stuck halfway open. And it was too hot to touch things. So that's how it's supposed to look in the summer. And then in the winter, you can shut that. But this is an on-in, old gasoline generator. I'm going to just open this again. I'm going to leave all this cover off, but I'm going to put the air filter in, and we'll see if it'll continue to run or just quit. All right. So here we are at Rockhound State Park. Again, it's $5 to get in. September 16th, and it is ridiculously hot. So the generator just keeps dying. I looked up in the book and I said it's probably vapor lock because it says in hot weather it'll vapor lock. So it's too hot for this generator because it's 30 years old. And then of course, so that means we have to run the refrigerator on propane, and it's so hot that the refrigerator is not able to keep up while on propane. So I'm sure our food is getting close to being ruined. We're done eating lunch. We just ran the regular engine with the AC on the entire time while we're eating lunch. And we're gonna go try to hike this a little bit and see what we see. Probably won't go very far because again, it's probably about 95 degrees right now.
Brave.
And Mama got herself a new puppy. She's 4 months old.
Oh.
So half mile up and a half mile back?
Yeah.
Ooh-wee, it's hot. Yeah, this is definitely the wrong season and the wrong time of day for this. It's insanely, unpleasantly hot. I'll take 80% humidity and 85 degrees in Iowa any day over this. The only thing I can say that I do observe with this, obviously, is when there is a breeze, it actually doesn't feel too bad. But as soon as the wind stops and it's just dead still, it's hot. But yeah, the dry heat isn't bad as long as you have a breeze, but if there's no breeze, it's pretty brutal. So now I'm at the top of this little hill and you can kind of at least see more of what's out here. So yeah, basically that's the top and you can see what's over there. And back over here is the campground and where we went. Quite honestly, this is about as much hiking as I'm going to want to do here on this trip. This is not what I would say to be enjoyable. It's just too hot. Here she slowly comes. Ever since her car wreck, she's not as agile as she used to be. Day 4, and so I'm working on this little hole. I bought me some Crickrete, and I'm trying to fill this hole. I'm going to pack it down and just pour a layer of Crickrete to make it a little harder for animals to dig under and underneath. Here, there's a floor, but it looks like it's starting to wash out, so I'm going to just put some dirt here, and just to help keep it from eroding. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it because I can, if we come this winter, I'll do it right then. So here I am, Saturday. 2 bags of Crickrete. Well, that's right now. I'm just digging up some of our rock and putting it there. I'm going to fill this hole a little bit. Looks like water started washing underneath. So I'll fill this hole a little bit, and then I'll get the water going, and we'll get this done. I know it's not pretty, but when this all dries up, it'll be a nice layer of about 1.5 inches of concrete on top of gravel, because I shoveled a bunch of gravel in there. That's good enough until winter. Assuming I can make it back this winter. It'll work for now. I didn't want to spend a lot of time doing it. I had plenty of gravel to work with, as you can see. We gotta go meet this guy and get the title done for the camper he bought and get that done. We've got the title taken care of, and it looks like we may be able to reach an agreement where that fellow that bought my mom's camper may actually rent the property, which will be nice. It's 1.5 acres. There's plenty of room. It looks like he keeps everything in an orderly fashion. So it'd be nice to have somebody out there, and he'll rent the property, and that'll help. Not for a lot. It ain't gonna be like a money maker, but it'll give a little extra in case like the pump breaks or something like that. But mainly somebody out there that would just, keep the weeds down and be on the property and keep somebody from vandalizing it or any of that kind of stuff. So it looks like we're gonna maybe have something worked out with him. I'll let my mom work out the details. So I'm in the van with the dogs, and she's getting something from Peppers, and I ordered an order from Walmart, so we'll drive by and get that. And then change of plans, we're not going to Silver City. I wanted to get some of that beer like I had at the Adobe Deli the other day, and we were going to go to Silver City, but they didn't have any in cans. All they had was the growlers, which will only last 3 or 4 days. So that's not going to work. So we're going to go to Las Cruces, or however you say it. I apologize to anybody that lives in this area and that I'm mangling the names. We're going to go to the brewery there, and I'm going to get me a case of the porters, and then I'm going to get a case of, he said what the other type of beer they had was, but I'm going to go ahead and get it even though I haven't tried it, just to have it. And I'll take it back for Autumn and Mike and Jay and Candace and everybody to try. And so it sounds like a lot of beer, but it'll be, you know, when you got 12 beers and you have 12 people sharing it, it ain't going to go very far. I'm grabbing 2 cases of beer, and I might buy their mixed mule drinks, but I don't think I'll buy a case of that because I'm always reluctant on those. They never taste that good. I would probably buy some just to see how they taste. So we're heading that way, and maybe tomorrow we'll do Silver City. And on another note, my mom said we would be here 8 days. Remember that? 8 days? No, 8 nights. So we aren't leaving here until Thursday. So I will literally we'll leave Thursday, we'll get to Colorado Friday, I leave Saturday. I might have already mentioned that, but in any case, yeah, I'm going to basically be driving 24 hours straight. This is basically what I'm going to be doing. I'm basically going to be driving about 1,700 miles in roughly 3 days. That's a lot for me, but I need to be back by Monday. So that's where we're at the moment. And so off to Walmart here in a moment, and then off to Little Toad Creek Brewery. I wanted to just take a peek at this. It looks like the only place that there's water in Deming. I could be wrong. It's here at Pitt Park. There's some dinosaurs. Let's walk over and check them out. Everybody loves dinosaurs. Well, at least I love dinosaurs. Britain loves dinosaurs. So there, that's everybody. Everybody that's important to me anyway. Just kidding. Interesting wording. Visual inspection only. Too bad they had to fence it off. We could pretend it was to keep them from running wild. Let's go check out the lake. It actually looks kind of nice. I wonder if they allow like canoes and stuff. Alright, so it looks like you could actually drive around and drive down there, so that's what I'm going to do. So that's interesting. It's blocked off. You can't drive it. It has a road, but you can't drive it. So I guess this is the only way you can get down here. So you can't swim in it. So that means you probably can't take a canoe in it or a kayak. Too bad you can't swim in it. It's got nice warm water. Be perfect. Too bad there ain't more lakes around here for that kind of stuff. Going lakes in Iowa, they're just too cold.
Okay, so there is a playground right behind me. So you must be able to get to that from the other side somehow, which would be closer to the waterfalls. But I don't know where that is. I'll drive around a little bit later. If we see it, then I'll stop so my mom can look at them, if she's even interested. So she's making some sandwiches right now, and I am going to run back and meet her, and we're going to eat lunch. So here we are in Las Cruces. So my GPS finally told me how to say it, Las Cruces. I asked my mom like 6 times how do you pronounce it, and she would just never tell me, so I thought she didn't know. And then she later said it right as if she knew all along, but she didn't tell me. So anyway, we are here, and basically I drove 55 miles one way just to get beer. It's a good beer, and it's actually very enjoyable. I decided to get myself a t-shirt with Toad Brewery. So we thought we'd check out the state park while we're here, Mesilla Valley. However, it closes at 4 p.m. So that is the Rio Grande River right there. It is really dried up. So we came here to get the beer. We did. I guess we're heading back. So there I go. Lots of beer for my friends. I hope they appreciate it. Probably not as much as they should, though.
Unless you're doing it in the evenings. So we're kind of stuck. So we are going to probably go hike around the mountain, which of course we can take the dogs out with us. We probably won't walk very long because it's in the 90s.